Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. Cavante Turpin on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Dowdle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Dowdle. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. On 3rd down, Prescott. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Drake London was the intended receiver there, and that will lead to a 2nd down. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
What you love about these running backs, Mike, is that their confidence is that they can make every play a big play. But in this case, sometimes you have to know, all right, it's over. Cut my losses, try to get back to the original line of scrimmage and survive to the next down. But tries to make this play extended, takes a big loss.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Cowboys will have great field position right around midfield.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. And he will go all the way. CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. The reception for Rondale Moore. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. You'll get this to Pitts once more. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. So after one, it's the Cowboys with the early edge. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Throwing again, it's Penix. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
That's another Falcons.
From the gun, it's Penix. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll lead to a second and goal. From the gun, here is Penix. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force fourth down.
Lots of big people. Jumbo set in the game as they go for it on fourth. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And the defense has it. And the defense has to feel good about that. Fourth and goal. They come up with the big play and end this drive.
In this case, Mike, the defense is thinking turnover on downs, but
that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. We're going to go play action with Penix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal. Again, it's Penix. He's got it at the 3. And a big collision there down near the goal line keeps him out of the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Now the Falcons will use their third and final timeout. Can the defense do it again? From the 1. Third down now and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down. They passed on that field goal attempt, and they get nothing out of it as the first half comes to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. McLeod now to return. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll throw on first down with Penix. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing.
Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland.
So often it just comes down to decision-making, and while you understand there's going to be ups and downs and ebbs and flows anytime you're dealing with a young rookie quarterback, the reality is he wants to play well here at home. Maybe he's pressing a little bit, but he wants his fans at his home crowd to be behind him and support him. That's going to come. That's going to be all in due time. But here today, he's got to worry about just play well and execute at the quarterback position. Everything else will take care of itself.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. They'll run with Dowdle. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Prescott from the gun on third down. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Prescott. A pass. Caught by the veteran. That's Brandon Cooks. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
First down, Dallas.
Here's a carry for Dowdle. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting a lid on him, and then all of a sudden, he's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run.
Back to throw is Prescott. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Throwing is Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And he'll take it on in. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Really nice job there by the running back, just staying alive. And really what he does the best, Mike, is stay in the quarterback's line of sight. Once a quarterback starts moving sideways towards the boundary, you got to stay in phase with him. You don't want to drift. You don't want to make that quarterback throw it back across his body. This was perfect how he stayed in line with him. Easy throw, easy catch, easy touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Play action. It's Penix. He keeps it himself. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. To the right, that's Pitts.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Robinson.
He's got Robinson, ball carrier. Marshawn Needland on the stop. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. 4th down, and here's Penix. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
There's really no other way to put it, Mike. This has just been a rough outing for the young rookie quarterback, and I think everyone understands going into these games, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be learning moments that these guys are going to gain that they can only gain through experience. The problem is, it's really hard to have positive learning experiences when you throw 3 picks. He's got to see the field better. He's got to anticipate better. And ultimately, he just needs to play better for his offense to have a chance.
And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball, He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On second down, it's Dak. That's down the field for Lamb. And that is incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Throwing now, Penix on 1st down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On 2nd down, Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
What will they do on this play? 3rd down, needing 8. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their 1st.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Penix gonna throw again. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Here's 2nd down. To throw again, it's Penix. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got a man open. That's Tolbert. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys will take a 21-7 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need, they have to score twice. It's first and 10. He'll get this to Pitts once more. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
14 more yards. That's another Falcons first down.
Throwing again, it's Penix. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line,